The beautiful thing about walking to the beat of your own drum is that you typically don't engage in groupthink. So, good morning and welcome, 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 my bows and bow ties, to another chit chat with me. I'm the Black opinionated woman, also known as a bow. And so today, let me see, where's my situation? Nope, that's the old title. This is the title. Nope, what happened to the one that I had? I had prepared. Anyway, basically, the title was Walking to the Beat of Your Own Drum. I don't know why I'm always so tacky. So, look, I know I'm having some lighting issues because now that it is spring and the way it's coming through my deck sliding door here, it is washing me out. So, anyway, let's get into it. Yeah, so I want to talk about when you walk to the beat of your own drum, you don't typically engage in groupthink. So, what do I mean by that? Now, I'm going to reel this back for a second. My old name used to be called the loud thinker for those who were with me from the very beginning, right? Because I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, what do I want to say? Um, just stick with you for a second. And I remember I wanted my tagline to be something like free thinker. And then when I looked up what a free thinker was by definition, it's basically someone who is, um, I guess, free from, I guess I'm going to call it the shackles of religion or whatever like that. So your mindset, your beliefs, and everything are not necessarily based around religion or something along those lines. Look it up. But I realized, I said, well, I cannot be a free thinker because I am a believer, right? I believe in Jesus. So my free thinker does not apply. So as I did some searching and I realized it's more like free from groupthink. Now, when we talk about groupthink is when you have a group of people or individuals who at some point they get together and they all start to agree on something um without any thinking about it. It's just like they just start doing it. It kind of reminds me of like when you're younger and you're around young people. Typically, young people will do this when they get together. Let's say somebody does something or whatever, and we're like, "Well, I don't like this person." They're like, "Yeah, yeah, I don't like this person too. Yeah, we don't like." There's no real reason. They all just follow along, follow in line. Well, when you walk to the beat of your own drum, you don't typically do that. You're not a lemming. If you don't know what a lemming is someone or something. They're like these little creatures that they just follow along, right? And they'll go walk off the cliff. There's like, I think, captions and stuff. You can move over that way. You can't come over here right now. Where you see like these little creatures, they just follow each other and then they just fall off the cliff. Where am I going with this? So when you joined in on this live, this is what you joined in. You saw this particular thumbnail. Let me get my coffee here. So yeah, I realized from an early age I was always one of those people who walked to the beat of her own drum. Now I'm not saying I've never engaged in groupthink, but generally speaking, I've always been this kind of person. I was never truly a lemming. Okay. And I wanted to have this conversation because there's varying groups of people, varying ages, varying demographics who click on my content. And I feel like many of our youth right now, although they're engaging in all the identity politics and stuff like that, I still feel like there's a little bit of groupthink going on. What's considered cool? What's this? What's that? So let's move on for a second. The cool thing about walking to the beat of your own drum, in my opinion, is once you start, it's hard to stop. And I say this, it's like a juggernaut. It like picks up steam. It's really tough to stop something when it picks up steam, right? So the beautiful thing about walking to the beat of your own drum is that it becomes harder not to do that. So where am I going with this? I think the biggest thing is when you are walking to the beat of your own drum, when you are your own individual, when you don't just walk around engaging in groupthink, right? When you're not a lemming, there's a type of freedom that comes with it because you're so used to being who you are, being different anyway. It's no different than any other time, right? You don't have as many fears as far as doing something that's I'm not saying you don't have any. What I'm saying is when you're used to walking to the beat of your own drum, I think your fears to try something or to be something or whatever it is, I think it's just different. Hey, don't come over here. I'm live, babe. So you got to go around that way. I'm not going to be long. So your fears are different. You're not afraid to go ahead and step out and try something else and just be different and stand out, right? Because you're used to doing it anyway. You're doing your own thing, right? There is a freedom from it. So when I had my old logo and name, The Loud Thinker, my tagline was free from groupthink. And I think I'm going to resurrect that because the fact of the matter is I don't engage in groupthink, at least not knowingly. Hey, have a good day. Hold on one second. Hold on a second. I'm going to mute myself. Sorry, I had to parent. Don't come over here. I'm live, okay? So I had to talk to my son before he left for high school. So my thing is there's a freedom. There's a freedom with that. Um I think when you are willing to walk to the beat of your own drum, check this out. It requires a level of courage. Okay. Can you guys see me okay? Like this sun is like treacherous right now. I'm trying to find a good angle here. I should have gone in the office. Can you see? Maybe I should turn it this way. Is it? Oh, gosh. Maybe I should have turned the lights on. Okay, we're just going to deal with it. Sorry about all this noise. Oh, this is going to show up in a video. So, look, I think that walking to the beat of your own drum is actually pretty special. Going back to what I said, I have these notes here, but I keep getting sidetracked. I just basically want to say number one, it allows you to open yourself up to like a different type of freedom. You don't worry about certain things anymore. You don't worry about standing out. You're not seeking to stand out, but if you stand out, you don't worry about it because you always are in that situation. You're always in that position anyway. Um, I think also when you walk to the beat of your own drum, I think you open yourself to explore different things, whether it's yourself, whether it's a new sit the right way, please. Whether it's a new position, whether it's interests, whether it's new people, whether it's new places. People who want to the beat of their own drum are not afraid to do new things. Generally speaking, there is an edge case for everything. There's an exception to everything. I'm trying to make sure my kids do not get into the frame here. Um, I think also I wanted to say that usually people who walk to the beat of their own drum, they don't really worry about a ton of opinions, other opinions, because you have a constitution about yourself that's kind of like, I'm just going to do this. So where am I going with this for a second? Remember how I was talking about when you ought to be your own drum, there's like a freedom with it, almost like a courageousness about it, right? Let me tell you, it was like a year or two ago. I was at work. I was walking the hallway. One of my coworkers, we were doing laps on the hallway. It was during the like pre-COVID times, kind of sort of COVID times, and it was right before COVID actually. And he was asking me some questions like, "Well, what do you want?" And I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "Well, what's going on?" I'm like, "I just feel like I'm constantly being silenced, right?" He's like, well, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to write another book? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do that? Because I always dabbled in other things. I was like, I don't know. I just want to talk. I want to talk about things. And he said to me, well, what are you going to do about it? He kept asking me. And I was like, I'm going to start a podcast. And it happened just like that. Like there was no fanfare. It was like, I'm going to start a podcast. And he looked at me. He goes, do it. Well, who's your demographic going to be? We went into some other stuff. The interesting thing about it was he was like, why are you doing just podcasts? Maybe you need to be on YouTube. And here's where my fear came in, but I got over it. I was like, I don't want to be on YouTube. He's like, why? I said, people who show up on YouTube are like well put together. And I'm just in the phase in my life where I'm not well put together. He was like, maybe that's exactly what people want to see. I'm like, well, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see myself not put together. I think I just want to hide behind just a voice. He was like, he actually challenged me. He said, you'll eventually go to video. He's like, what's wrong with you on video? People are going to want to look at you. He's like, he wasn't hitting him. He's like, you're pleasant to look at, even when you're not at your best. And I was like, I'm not going on video. The interesting thing about when you're walking to the beat of your own drum and when you're exploring new things, the more you explore new things, the more you realize and learn things about yourself and you open yourself up to the possibilities. And that was what eventually pushed me to start a YouTube channel. And let me tell you, this isn't for the faint of heart, right? Because typically, when you first start out, like you don't know what your presence is going to be like. You're not used to talking all the time. You're not used to being on camera. You're just kind of like, "Hi, today I'm going to talk about," or whatever, right? It's you don't know what your voice sounds like. No, you're just going to have to wait. Just wait here. Just wait. I'm almost done. You don't know what your voice is going to be like. You're like, can I do this? Can I sustain? You know, do I have enough talking points? The point I'm getting at was when you're willing to walk to the beat of your own drum, there is a freedom when you care less about opinions. Not to say that I don't care, but you're willing to take more chances. You're more courageous. You open yourself up. So while people will judge you and they are self limiting, you are taking the barriers, you're removing barriers. You are opening yourself to other opportunities and everything just to learn about yourself. So I'll say this. I've always walked to the beat of my own drum. I've always walked to the beat of my own drum. So and even in my collection of friends, they would always be like, "Girl," I'm like, "Look, whatever," you know. That's not to say that I didn't have fears and insecurities, but what I will say is, people who are willing to step out and do these things, they have a different type of bravery, a different type of courageousness, and those people typically go pretty well, in my opinion. This is not based on fact. This is based on, I got to put my ticker up. They typically go far, whatever that means. And it's not doesn't necessarily mean money. So anyway, I just wanted to drop that one. I thought about doing it yesterday and I decided to push it off till today. So look, that's it. It's 7:13. I was able to get this done in a reasonable amount of time. I can make my lunch. My kids can like move around freely once I end this video, and I don't have to say stay over there. Um, I got to figure something else about this light now that it's spring because like half of my face is in the dark and half is in the opposite side. Half of my face is in the dark, the other half is in the light. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Go ahead and subscribe because you know you want to. I'm amazing in every way and I could do no wrong. I'm entertaining. Um, I don't know. Let's say, and before I get off here, I've been trying to experiment with recording from different locations, recording from my car, recording from my kitchen. Um, can you guys see I painted an accent wall over there? I'm trying to make some changes in my house and get new furniture. Um, Oops, sorry. Can you see this? I don't like putting window treatment on my windows. If you buy all these expensive windows, why do we want to cover them up? But I live in a location where I don't have to worry about a whole bunch of people looking in. Anyway, getting back to what I was saying, I'm sorry, my ADD kicked in. Go ahead and subscribe. I try to make sure that I'm trying different locations where I'm filming from because I wanted everything that I'm saying and when I'm filming to be authentic because that's my reality. Whether I am sitting in a car at a practice, whether I am sitting in my kitchen in the morning time while I got like my kids are all sitting there competing to see who can solve these Rubik's cubes the fastest, whether I'm making lunches, whether whatever, or whether I decide to do them at night. I haven't done a nighttime recording in a while. Um, and that's just because of scheduling, the way the schedule works out. But I try to show what it really looks like to be me at middle age, trying to manage myself, my diva cat, my children, my husband, running a house. Um, I'm just in this weird phase. I keep saying I'm going to do better, but apparently I haven't. I'm walking around with a full-on ponytail because I don't even want to do hair. I'm just going through it right now. But this is the real deal. All right. So yeah, beating my own drum. Maybe next time I'll come back on here and talk about why I'm wearing my hair in these weird styles. I'll say it real quick. One of the reasons why I wear my hair real plain right now is because I had that tiny little bald spot. And I have all this different medication that I have to put on this bald spot. And I don't like how it makes my hair feel. So I don't wear my hair the way I would want to wear it. So yeah, I've just been just brushing it back or wearing it in some weird hairstyles. I'll probably go back to wearing normal hairstyles, but that's pretty much it. I digress. Let me just end this. All right, so look, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button, and let me know what your thoughts are. I like the comments. I totally like comments. All right, let me get out of here. Where's my situation? Let me try to get on up out of here. Black opinionated woman.